Hi, I've been in China for about a month and a half now, and I've stayed in hotels, service apartments, and also hostels. And I thought I'd go ahead and review them for you, just in case you're curious about coming to China and figuring out what you want to stay in. And so I'm going to start with the difference between the three of them. First off, you have your hotels, which I think are pretty self-explanatory. It's going to be like your Best Westerns, things like that. They have, of course, different names here while you're in China, different names. Of course, they do have the larger chain hotels, but basically you're going to get a room and it's going to be connected to a bathroom. Sometimes you'll have a refrigerator or other amenities, things like that. Okay, then you're going to have your service apartments. Now, service apartments are similar to hotels, but they're slightly different in that they're more apartment oriented. So you're going to have a kitchen, most likely. Sometimes you'll just have like a refrigerator or something like that, like a full-size refrigerator. But sometimes you'll also have like a laundry machine or things like that. Mine had a kitchen, like a stove. And so another thing is that you'll have a hostel. So a hostel is usually like a large room, and then you have a bunch of different people in different bunk beds. And so you go in and you rent a different bed in that bunk bed in that room. And so that's more communal. So now I'm going to rank the three of them for you. In my experience, service apartments are the best. Second, hostels. Third, hotels. I'm sure you're wondering why hotels are the last. Because hotels are nice, but they don't offer the communal aspect that hostels do. And then they don't also offer the comfort that service apartments do. I stayed in a service apartment for about a month, and maybe it was a month. And so I was only going to be there for a week because my original plan was to go essentially hotel hopping, hostel hopping, things like that for the entire time that I'm here in China. But I was going to be there for a week, but it was so nice that it ended up staying for a month, right? And so what ended up happening was while I was there for the month, I felt like I was part of the city. I felt like I was actually living there in China, because you're there and you're there in one spot, and then it's just like you're living in an apartment, except you have somebody who comes in and cleans every day if you want them to. And other than that, it really does feel like you're part of the city. And so the other part of that is hostels have that communal aspect to them, if you know the language, of course, because I don't know a whole lot of Mandarin, so it wasn't much communal aspect on my part. But it was really nice. And then the one that I stayed in was actually genuinely really pretty. It was really pleasing on the eyes, and I'll insert some pictures and stuff so you can see. But it was really nice. So it was very comfortable and everything. And then you have your hotels, which are nice, but they can be a bit isolating in comparison to the service apartments. Some hotels are really nice, though, I will say. There you go.